Hey, Mike with Mike's Bags, and today I am reviewing the Bandit Queen by Big D Bags. Let's go ahead and dive in, break this bag down. This is a carpet bag, and it has that herringbone carpet that's so popular out there right now. Pretty much every bag maker has a bag out there with this material on it, and for good reason. It's a wonderful material, very player-friendly. People love it. It's a material that you can manipulate the speeds on. If you keep the bag clean, you play indoors on pitch pads, you're constantly cleaning the bag, you can get it to play more like a 5.5, 6 speed. If you get the bag super dirty, you play outdoors like I do. I play out on concrete. I play outside. Rarely clean the bags. Play more like a 4, 4.5. These are still not fully roughed up. So they're playing close to that 5 speed, but they will get down to about a 4.5. But 5 to 5.5 normal conditions will kind of split the middle there. So 5 speed on the slow side, fast side. This is that Pro Sniper Deadhead Viper fast side. It's a 9 speed, crazy fast, great for push and collecting. It slides up boarding conditions. In fact, both these materials play really well in humidity. So if you're looking for a bag for when the boards get damp and sticky for humidity, this is a great option for you. We're looking at 5, 5.5 speed on the slow, 9 on the fast. Template on this. This is it's a small template bag. It's on the smaller side. It's not a full. I'd say it's a medium fill, not very full, but because it's a small template, it has a fuller hand feel to it. So it really feels nice. Like if you like the feel of a fuller hand feel, a nice soft feel to it, this is definitely a bag for you. You have total control of the bag. I love the control I get with the fullness of this bag. So love the hand feel of it. The fill in here is a mixed fill. It has enough bounce to it. You can shape shots, do all the shots you want to do, the cuts, the rolls, the flops. You can do all of that with this bag, but it's not too bouncy that it's hard to control. Right? This material has a little bit of a kick to it. This herringbone carpet has a little bit of kick to it. When you put a real bouncy fill, it becomes a tough bag to control. Something like if you've thrown the older BG Wizards that were the smaller template bags. If you didn't have a flat bag, they were going to punish you. They were kicking on you, tough control. People didn't like that. This bag has that same feel to it, the same template size, but it has more of a mixed feel, less bounce to it. So it's a much more controllable, a little more forgiving than say that BG Wizard. But honestly, the bag reminds me a ton of the BG Wizard, the older, the 21, 22 Wizards that I actually reviewed. Love that bag. This reminds me of that. Just has the reverse side of that material on the fast side on it. Other thing I'll mention on this is Big D uses a performance liner on the inside of this herringbone carpet. A little different how they apply it, but I love the way it feels. It still gives this material a really thin, pliable, loose feel to the fabric. It feels great, but it aids in the hole friendliness. And I would say that this herringbone carpet to me is not that hole friendly, especially with all the new hybrid 5-speed carpets out there. To me, a lot of those are more hole friendly than this. This herringbone has a tendency to stick a lot. But what I love about it is the control you get. So I'm willing to trade off some of that hole friendliness to get the control of that. However, when you add in that performance liner, it really helps the fill kind of cascade into the hole because you have less friction on the inside of the material. Plus, it gives this herringbone carpet more durability, which can be one of the weaknesses people complain a lot of times is the durability of this carpet. Although I've been lucky, maybe knock on wood here, I've been lucky that I've never had an issue with herringbone carpets ever. And I throw outdoors on concrete all the time. I beat my bags up. I break them in with heat a lot, so I do all the things you shouldn't do, but I've been lucky to get around it. But anyway, you add in that performance liner, it gives more durability to the material, it helps with the hole friendliness. You add in the mixed fill as well, it also helps the hole friendliness. So to me, for being a herringbone carpet, it's fairly hole friendly. I mean, this bag does drip in the hole. You'll see here, it does a really good job of going in the hole. When I did have bags hanging, they were easy to collect because it's on the fuller side, and I'll get more. In fact, let's go ahead and jump into playability. I'm starting to talk about that. We'll jump into playability now. And this is a bag that's very versatile. Like you can do anything with it, and that's what I love about it. It gives you so many options. So if you like to play a dirty style game, you can control this material. You can throw blockers. You can put bags on the board. You can create a lot of congestion. It's fast enough on the fast side. You can push through 1, 2, 3 bags. Like you can just clean the mess up at the end. The bags are very collectible. If you put a blocker up there, they're full enough, you're just coming down and clipping a corner. You don't have to go more aggressive in the middle. You're just clipping it. It's not going to accordion out like a floppy bag does because you have the control and the shot shape and ability. You can get aggressive and put that blocker, more on your opponent's side, whichever side it needs to be. And then you can throw that cut shot, come across, cut, collect, and pull them both in. Very easy to do. So I love a bag like this if I want to play a dirty style game because it has the shot shape and ability to be aggressive with blockers and know I can collect them if I need to later. But honestly, where this bag shines for me is when I'm playing against an opponent who plays a dirty style game, who puts a ton of blockers up there, and I don't want to play that dirty style game with them. I don't want to match them, dirty for dirty because maybe they're better at it than I am. I want a bag that I can get around their bags and make them collect their bags. And that's what this Bandit Queens is so great at, is when there's a blocker up there, I have options, right? I can cut right to left, cut left to right. You can roll it, flop it. I can air mill over. I can flip over, push through it. I have so many options to dictate how I get around the bag. And that's what I love about this, is really getting around bags, leaving those blockers there. Because if you're playing against an opponent who plays a dirty style game and you make them collect their blockers, you're not collecting for them. Eventually they aren't as aggressive. They start bringing that blocker more to the middle or more on their side, or they stop throwing it all together. And if you take away their strengths, which is that dirty style game, and you make them go hole for hole, you now have the advantage of that game, and it's going to be harder for them to beat you. And if you're making them collect their blockers and they keep failing to do that, you're going to get points after points after points. So to me, that's how I counteract the dirty style game, is get a bag like this where I can get around it. No matter what the board looks like, I have multiple ways to get my bag in the hole and leave their bag there. And it's fast enough on the fast side that at the end, if I have to push through and collect multiple bags, I can do that. I can go through the congestion, push through, clean up, take my bags in, leave their bags there, or whatever you do. Also, these bags, even though it's a fuller hand feel to them, they don't clog the hole, they don't bunch up. And I think it's because that smaller template. I never had an issue with bags bunching or clogging. They're very collectible. When you have multiple bags and you come through, they just drip right in. I love the way the bags play. I love the collectability of them. If there was a bag hanging, if I did leave a bag hanging, for the most part, pretty collectible. I mean, I'm not going to say they were easy as far as just sliding a bag in. Maybe wouldn't take them in. But because you have the control, I could throw a cut shot, come across, clip it, pull it in. You have to get crazy aggressive. But all in all, I love the way the bags play. I love the options it gives you. I think it's great for getting around bags, but it's also great for playing the dirty style game. It's great for playing a control game. If you like to throw rolls and flops, even if you're not a great roll bag player, you're still learning. This bag is not that hard to roll. It's definitely a bag. It's got enough movement, enough bounce that you can get it and roll it fairly easily. It's definitely an easy bag to cut. So if you're learning how to cut, this is a great bag to practice on. So all in all, it's a bag for me that's going to stay in my backpack just when I go to ACO events. These are ACO stamped. You can also get them at TCL. I'll get to that in a moment. But for me, when I go to ACL events, it's a bag that I want to pull out and throw those type of events. And probably the closest comparison I can say to this bag is the Cornhole Coastal Creature. If you've thrown that in the ACL bag and you're looking for an ACO version, this is probably the closest as far as the fuller hand feel it has, the fill it uses, all that stuff. It feels and plays a lot like that bag. This bag reminds me, it's got a lot of the older Wizards, the smaller template Wizards. If you throw the B3 Fatal, which is the bag I love, I've recommended a ton. If you throw that, this bag is a little bit smaller on the template size, a little fuller than that bag, a little less bouncier. So I'll give you a little comparison of the two bags there. So if you like the Fatal, maybe you want a bag that's a little fuller than that, not quite as loose, this is a great option for you on that. So all in all, it's a solid bag. I definitely recommend checking them out. And so that leads me into availability on this. And Big D has a website, bigdbags.com. The bags are $80 and it's free shipping from Big D. So $80 is a phenomenal price for a set of bags shipped to you. It's one of the better values in cornhole. To come with the ACO stamps, you play an ACO event, you need an ACO stamp bag. These qualify for that. You can also get these with the TCL stamp from the TCL shop. I'll put a link down in the description for that. I think they're $95 in the TCL shop. I believe that was right. I'm not sure about shipping there. I didn't check that. I probably should have. But there'll be a link description to the Big D Bags website as well as the TCL shop website, depending on which bags you need, where you need to go to get them. But highly recommend checking them out. Like I said, if you like the herringbone bag, if you like the herringbone carpet, if you like a bag to play a little bit of a control bag, if you're looking for a bag to roll, to flop, to cut, any kind of that type of stuff, definitely check out the Bandit Queen. I think you're going to love the bags. If you throw them, I love to hear your feedback, what you like, what you don't like. Always love hearing your guys' opinions. I thank you so much for your support, and I thank you for watching.